3 and Out, friendly debate here on uSports Central. It's a Wednesday, Charles.
Brian
One day
Hoyer's
you
gonna
can get
beat
over
you
the
up.
week.
He's gonna come over here. Brian Hoyer's gonna put hands on you.
I'm safely in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Our cross probably won't. You
never know.
Our paths. I'm trying to say our paths probably won't cross.
He's gonna hit you with the Chris Jim Everett and.
You said you said that we're gonna get a picture of him in a trash can.
We need it.
Love to see that.
We need that. So if anyone's out there actually watching us, send us a
NFL
picture
world,
of that.
that's
That'd
where
be
he
awesome.
belongs, in a trash can. Okay, 3 and Out here, Charles.
Let's go.
And look, it's time to talk about. I'm ready to get.
I know you're
heated.
upset
I'm ready
about
to
this.
get going. This college football poll is released. Number 1, Alabama. Okay, that's fine. The Alabama Crimson Tide at number 1.
Yeah,
I guess I'm okay
supposed
with
to be
this.
there.
I don't think so. I disagree. I don't think they're 1.
Who? Don't
Florida
tell me
State.
you think Oregon.
Florida State.
No way.
Florida State has
whack.
not lost a game
I don't care.
in almost 2 seasons.
I don't care. I don't care. This is not based off of they were champions last year. This is okay.
What do you want them to do?
I don't think they're number 1. They're not the best team.
Would they be higher up if they lost? Because what else are they supposed to do?
They're still not the best team.
They're winning.
They're barely squeaking by. They have a soft schedule.
You're the one who said this before the show started. When did a W not count as a W?
I'm not saying that they shouldn't be in the top 4. I'm just saying they're not number 1.
Why?
To me, they're number 4.
Alabama's
they're in a good spot.
Alabama lost. Alabama squeaked by a lot of games. Alabama barely beat Arkansas. I mean, they barely.
Hey,
why doesn't that come against
Roadhog
them?
team is good.
Oh, here we go. The Roadhog team. They barely squeaked by Arkansas. They barely squeaked by LSU. They barely squeaked by Mississippi. I don't care if they're good teams. They're squeaking by. Why is that not held against
Who's number 2?
Alabama.
Okay,
Oregon.
Okay, Oregon's number 2.
Okay, Oregon.
TCU, Florida State. So let's not go crazy. Okay, and I know you have a problem with this too.
Let me tell you something, Charles.
So why you don't like TCU?
Okay, you play the identical schedule.
Identical.
Of Baylor.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
TCU plays the identical schedule of Baylor, except for a win against Minnesota, who's not in the top 25. That's TCU's argument. You have the same record, and you lost to Baylor. How are you ahead of them? What human element, what eye test is the committee looking at? Other than this team beat you. Baylor beat you head-to-head. You have the same record and the same schedule. So you're telling me that win against Minnesota is more important than their loss against Baylor?
Okay, I got a problem with that. Okay, I think Ohio State should be up in there. I think they're being penalized because J.T. Barrett is out for the season. But they're playing. They now have to play a third-string quarterback. However, Ohio State's winning. They've been winning in very impressive fashion, and I agree with you. I think TCU, for some reason, is getting a lot of credit for their loss against Baylor and that win against a Minnesota team that's
like,
not
congratulations.
that good.
You know, I heard Kirk Herbstreit this morning on Mike and Mike, and I mean, he starts blabbing about how TCU had a tough road win against West Virginia and they win by 3, and I'm just thinking, well, wait a minute, you just contradicted your whole argument about how Baylor beat TCU. What about that tough win? Where does Baylor's win against TCU with the same schedule come into play here? Because I think whoever's voting on this should be fired immediately. They shouldn't be able to vote on this. They shouldn't have anything to do with college football.
Baylor's loss is worse than TCU's loss because TCU lost to a good Baylor team. Baylor, I believe, lost to, who is it, Oklahoma State?
So here's my question. The committee is clearly looking for style points.
Yes.
They're looking for how bad did you beat a team? How good did you look against a team instead of just W's? Florida State is undefeated.
Yes.
Okay, we both know I'm not a big Florida State fan or Jameis Winston fan.
But they're going to get in. They're going to be at 4.
They should be 1.
They shouldn't be 1.
It's unbelievable right now that they're 4. They're 4. They're unblemished. They haven't lost. They beat everybody asked in front of them. It doesn't matter how you win.
A win is a win. I'm giving you that. But if it's a human element, you're looking at the eye test. They're saying
is Baylor being held against their win against Texas Tech? They said didn't look good because it was a 2-point. It's a win.
But it didn't look good.
What does it matter?
So that's the human element. It didn't look good. So you want us to go back to the computer system?
I think maybe we should mix it. If that's how stupid that college football polls are going to be, people choosing this, the committee choosing this, if that's how ridiculous. I hope they're watching me right now because you're ridiculous.
But do you think they really watch the games? Do you think they really break down the games?
Yeah, I would hope so.
I don't think so.
I hope so.
Man, these are busy people and prominent people in their
job.
industry.
There's a lot of money on the line here. There's a lot on the line.
I think they have guys like you and I watch it, and we go back and give them our suggestion.
You know what? We gotta move on because this is unbelievable.
Let's move on.
Relax. Makes me upset.
Relax.
How about let's shed a little light, Charles.
Yeah.
Give me some light. Tonight, the
Are you
Lobos
sure?
at Wise Pies Arena, a.k.a. The Pit, are going to host their arch rival, the in-state New Mexico State Aggies.
Ooh.
Both teams have been slipping up. Both
3-3.
teams struggling right now. Both teams need a win. Both teams have a lot of injuries.
Excuse me.
Bless you, Charles.
Good zoom tight.
Calm down there. Okay, both teams have a lot of injuries. Man, who needs it more? That's my question to you first before we start projecting things.
Okay, a Lobo fan, of course you're saying we need it more, right?
Yeah.
Aggie fan, of course, they're going to say they need it more.
No, you know why? Because the Aggies still have their conference that they can win.
You're such a hater. Like, let the Aggies be in the conference that they're in. Just because it's not the Mountain West Conference, you don't have to look down on them, okay?
Who's the tougher conference?
The Mountain West.
Okay.
But
so
you don't have to keep slapping them in the face.
The Lobos aren't going to make the tournament any other way but winning the conference tournament,
but they
or
play the Aggies
if they
twice.
have a fantastic Mountain West
They
conference.
play the Aggies twice.
Right. So
Does it matter?
Well, what I'm saying is, look, the Aggies can lose these games against the Lobos and just go win their conference.
Oh, no. The Aggies, but on the reverse of that, they need to win these games so they can have a win against a more dominant conference, and it looks better for their resume. So you can make an argument for both.
Are the Aggies going to get an at-large bid?
No.
No. So it
but
doesn't.
this
so
helps
it's a Mountain West.
But doesn't this help with their the argument?
Both sides, I guess. I mean, Lobos aren't getting in unless they either win their conference, maybe finish second in their conference, or win the conference tournament. You could say the same. The Aggies have to win their conference tournament.
Look, all I know is I'm looking forward to seeing if there's going to be some Wise Pies promotions going on in the arena, in the pit. This is awesome. I'm excited.
We're going to this.
We're going. But who you got tonight? That's the big question.
You know I'm going to go with the Lobos.
Homer.
I think Coach Neal knows that this is a big game. It's important. It's going to be a packed pit. And I think he's going to have his guys ready to go. I think they're going to be aggressive. I think Deshaun Delaney is going to be aggressive. I think Hugh Greenwood is going to manage the game nicely. And I think they're going to be good defensively.
That's what you think.
You going to sneeze there?
I got to sneeze. I got to cough. I don't know if it's because you're being a homer and I can't get
Who are you going to pick?
I'm going with the Aggies.
You're going to go with New Mexico
I think
State?
the Aggies are going to come up here. I think they're going to continue to do what they've been doing all year, which is run. And I don't know if the UNM can keep up. I'm going like a 93-88 game.
That high scoring, huh? 93-88. I'm going to go 78-70 New Mexico with a late couple free throws pull away. New Mexico, I still believe in you guys.
I believe in you guys, too.
I believe in you. Come
Why
on back.
can't I go against the grain?
uSports Central.
Wise Pies.